Okay, welcome back to class. So this is the part two of the brand events organizer video, right? The part one was majorly about my NGO brand going out there to pregnant women to reach out to them and educate them, right? Basically for the purpose of reducing maternal mortality, right? Now, for Step Up Nurse Academy, we do a lot of things for nurses. And in the year 2023, I've organized two events, right? The first event was my book launching event, and I launched 5 books, of which nurses and non-nurses were supposed to be audience, and we're actually the audience because the people that attended the book launch were made up of both craft. So we had more nurses and then student nurses on board the program, right? It was massive. I did a lot of work to go out there, inviting people to be there. And I think the biggest challenge in that particular event planning, right, the organizing of that event was trying to bring on board the people of the iTable. Now, the reason why you need to think about bringing on board iTable members that are influential to some extent is so that they will be able to influence people's ability to launch. Because when somebody that can influence a particular audience is present in your audience, you can speak to them and encourage them to launch, and they will launch because they respect that person. And that's basically the effect that influencers have on people. When people have grown to love certain influencers, get to a stage that whatsoever those people say, they listen. So it's very important to actually get this into your meetings. If it was just to organize anything, then anybody could as well decide to organize anything they like, right? It will not matter. Just bring anyone you like. But being intentional about the kind of people you bring is a totally different ballgame entirely. It's something you need to properly plan. You need to write letters. I needed to get my letter-headed paper design. I already had design since 20. I think I already had it since 2020. I already had it since 2020, early 2020. Or no, I already had it since 2021. So I just went on to design the letters and then started taking it to them. Taking the letters to them was a very tough part. I had to go to their offices. Sometimes I had to go and come back, go and come back, go and come back, because sometimes they are not on ground, they are not on seats. They just tell your guy is not on seat, you have to come back. So I think for my book launch, I visited up to 10 people that were supposed to be on the iTable. 2 of them were easy to find. They were my past senior leaders in my workplace, while the other 8 were very, 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 very tough to reach. But it was doable. At the end, the program was a success. The books were launched. I launched 5 books. And to the glory of God, I made a lot of money. That was the only event that I made a lot of money. But funny enough, as I made money, I used it to clear off a lot of bills, right? Publisher bills, editing bills, a lot of bills, and because publishing few copies, I actually made few copies. I didn't make 1,000, 1 million copies. I just made a few copies to launch to people that were there at the program. So, and the fewer the copies you make, the more the amount of money you spend. So each copy came out as about 4,000 naira. So it was an expensive process. So I had to settle my bills, but it was a good one because it gave me a good exposure, right? And I won the RRANA award in 2023 for authors, right? Authors that were outstanding, 100 of outstanding authors in Nigeria, right? So it was actually a good one. Now, the other event I organized was, I think, a bit tougher. Yes, but this one was just for nurses. It was the SNA Hybrid Conference. conferences, both international and local, right? Held in Kaduna State, Nigeria, and people from all over the world were free to connect online in the program. So they connected via YouTube, and the recorded session was all there, right? The summary of the session is on my YouTube channel. If you're watching this and you want me to share with you, I can share the video. That's the summarized video of the program. But if you want to watch each of them every step of the way, for each of the speakers, there were 6 speakers on board, including myself, right? All of the 6 speakers were present. Okay, one person sent a representative to speak on his behalf, or no, 2 people. But the second person finally came herself, and when she came, she got on the high table, but her part was already presented by our representative already before she arrived. So she, yeah, she came and sat down, and the program went on like that. The program was a success. I was so afraid when I started that the hall will not be full, like students and nurses will not come, but alas, people came. In fact, the first fear was that they will not register. So I had to call, I had to get another website designer, apart from my website designer, to create a registration portal. So people were registering and making payments online. That was the first thing I spent money on, apart from the flyer and the video. I made a video, I made a flyer, I made a landing page for registration. Then I had to make another landing page for getting certificate. I spent a lot of money backstage. So then I had to take letters to the speakers, to their defense offices. In fact, organizing the event made me know a lot of places. That was what took me to Zaria for the first time. I went to College of Nursing, that is the nursing faculty, the nursing department in Zaria. So oh God, the experience is another story, it's another video on its own, another package on its own. But I was thankful to God that there was somebody that was there to help me. That's one of the members, directors of Step Up Nurse Academy, by Nurse Ada Williams. He was there. He had to leave what he was doing to come and be with me, take me to their HOD, to their dean, because he was one of the people that I wanted to invite for the high table sitting. And then before I could see the dean, before we could print the letter was on my phone. I wanted to just print it out. Just that. It took us about 2 hours to get back. I got to their school and discovered that there was no network for MTN line in all the arena for printing. It was crazy. I was like, just to print something that takes less than 2 minutes. It nearly took me 2 hours because so when we finally printed, so they're going climbing steps and all of that. It's been quite a long time. I had to climb so many staircases at once. That was when I knew I was actually getting older. I was oh, this woman is old though. The guy was actually laughing at me. He was like, sorry ma. Okay, so it's good to invite people of repute to your program. Don't just invite anyhow speakers or anyhow ITable members. It goes to show the quality of what you intend to, right? But that doesn't mean you should not go ahead and do something, right? So also apart from the landing, the website for registration of people, and then I had to do manual reaching out to people. I needed to use WhatsApp. I used LinkedIn posts to reach out to people to get registered as nurses. I had to use my Step Up Nurse Academy platforms on WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook. I think we didn't really use Facebook, but at least use WhatsApp a lot. A lot of people registered, and I had to go to schools to talk to them one by one. I had to go from class to class, talking to students and encouraging them to see the importance of being at the conference, right? Because it's important to catch them young when it comes to nursing. That's something I discovered late. Not late, my branding journey is still very young. So, but in the beginning, I just wanted to reach out to only nurses. With time, I had to make my platforms and my offers and my company open to students too, because I believe now that they can benefit a lot. In fact, some students do better than registered nurses in some places, especially when it comes to social media intentionality. So I had to go to their classes and explain to them what stepping up the nursing narrative actually meant and why they have to register. And true to God, they actually registered 4,000 naira. 5,000 naira was actually the amount they were supposed to register, but I had to put it down for some students. So they eventually registered and they came, and this was filled to the brim and certification. Then we gave awards to all the speakers that came on board. Getting people to help online, that is SNA planning committee. To first of all put together that planning committee was not easy. But finally, God raised 3 people to really help. 3, 4 people, but 3 people were very active. One person was the most active, then the other 2 were averagely active to help me get things done, get everything we needed, get flyers, get the bulletin that we gave out, the jotters that we gave out, because we gave our jotters during the conference, to get the awards down to the conference, to get the certificate down to the conference center. Before they got the certificate, to even write names on the certificate, because for anyone that is registered, decided to write names ahead, prepare ahead, so that on the day of the program, they will be lining up in front of us asking for their certificate. So the certificates were already signed. All we just needed to do was to include the names of people that attended the program. Wow. It was not a joke. It was a lot. So about 650 or 700,000 went into planning this program, and it was an 100-seater program. 100-seater. I think 102 or 105 people attended the program. Some unplanned people showed up, and then even after the program, I had to go ahead and do some more catching up and giving some put their certificates after the program. It was stressful. It was a time to bond with God, because I needed God every week. So it is also spiritually draining. I had to do a lot of fasting and praying so that the program will go well. Because if everything flops, then all the money, all the expectation, everything down the drain. So for physical events, you need to know that your reputation, your name, your everything is on the line if you don't do well. But if you do well, it's a good one. I'm planning another physical event already in my head. I've not posted about it, I've not made it public, but this is going to be a big one. It's going to be an appreciation one for people that are doing well in this industry, right? Doing very well in this industry. And I hope that you are going to look for it. So any more details you may need, please just ask your questions, send me your questions, whatever platform you watch this program, whatever platform you watch this video, drop your questions, reach out to me. You can send an email to steppedupnurse@gmail.com, and then you can also send me a DM on my on WhatsApp, right? 0706492458. You can send me a DM, and I'll be discussing ahead with you to help you have a very, very beautiful thing. I know that as a brand, you may want to organize your event. So please, you can reach out to me. I know that I'll be very helpful to share insight. At the beginning, Barrister Ceci Undeyin of LinkedIn was very, very helpful. He helped me to get myself in good perspective, helped me to get someone to live stream, though we did not end up using that live streamer because of distance, very long distance, but he was very helpful. He's another person you can reach out to if you want to plan your day. Have a beautiful day.